the identity of our offense. We go on the field expecting to score. Every time we're out there. Every time that we have a drive, we want to get touchdowns, and we want to score as much as we can. And I think that we work in practice to do that. Every play that we do, we expect to get in the end zone, and we work at that every day. So when you get there on the field in the game, I think that's just we trying to keep it going. So.
How much of last week was scheme, and how much of last week was just pure talent above Arkansas?
I would say it was both, because we think that we're a talented group and that we can compete with anybody. And but Coach, I have to give it to Coach Kingsbury. He did have a pretty good layout for us, and he was able to exploit a couple things, and I think it was just a collection of both.
Cliff has talked about how this offense can get a lot better. I mean, what's that going to be like when that happens?
Oh man, it's going to be crazy. You have a quarterback that's relaxing out there. He's sitting in the pocket and going through his reads. So you have an O line that's gelling together in this new system, and running backs that are running hard, and receivers that are extending plays and going hard. So if we continue to get better every day, we should be one of those offenses you have to reckon with. So.
What's it mean for this program to be getting into the meat of the SEC schedule, going on the road for the first time? And Jonathan just had a pretty good quote about this is where good teams become great or good teams become average. Could you just speak to that and what y'all learned from last season as well on that front?
Oh yeah, exactly. We know that to make that step, that we have to keep getting better, and we can't just say, okay, we've had a good couple of games, and we put up a couple of points in this game and that game. We can't dwell on that. To be a great team, you have to keep going and play this month out the way that you want to end your season. You want to win games and win games pretty well. You want to do some good things on offense, do some good things on defense and special teams. So it can't just be one aspect of it. We have to get better at everything we're doing.
As far as Johnny goes as quarterback, what throws was he making against Arkansas that he might not have made against Florida with 4 weeks under his belt? I mean, can you tell an obvious change, or they just open the playbook for him?
I just see him a lot more relaxed. He's not as jumpy. He's not as not knowing what's going to go on in this type of situation and that type of situation. I think that he's more relaxed back there, and that's helped us a lot. He's seeing what the defense gives him, and he's pulling the trigger. So I just see him out there relaxed, not as jittery or jumpy.
I expect Ole Miss to be, obviously a crazy atmosphere, real loud, and this is going to be special though. This is what I signed up for, to come back and play. I want to experience all these road games and SEC schools and see what they have to offer. It's exciting going in and just kind of I guess taking in and getting to see how all these new schools do things and how loud these stadiums are, and it's going to be special to see from here on out what these schools have to offer, and I'm excited about it.
Coach Sumlin has mentioned how how proud he is of how much the penalties have been reduced. What has been the biggest difference, do you think, early in the season in terms of the penalties?
I think preparation, the way that we practice, we really emphasize that in practice, that we've got to be a smarter football team. When we started really working on that in practice and just trying to just overcome those penalties that we had in the beginning of the season, we really have just pulled together as a team and realized that we can't beat ourselves. We have to just go out there and play Texas A&M football and play smart. So we've done that, and we've really worked on it in practice, and it's really helped out.
What's an example of how do you go about working on reducing penalties in practice? An example or two.
I mean, for example, an offside penalty, or just say a false start. We really emphasize that in practice. If we have any in practice, then we're going to pay for it at the end. So we really try to cut back on penalties in practice, and that really helps us focus in the game and prepare to just really be smart on the field. The other thing is, I think we've done a good job of just instead of getting those personal fouls, just really laying off of guys and you know, being smart football players overall and just really understanding the game.
How do you pay for it in the end at practice?
Up downs, a lot of up downs, and but lately we've been, you know, doing a pretty good job of it. So you know, if we can keep that to a minimum, you know, we can do something really special.